Welcome to Beyond the Headlines, where we break down today's local news stories with our very own reporters. I'm Cameron Main.
He's Cameron Main. I'm Alex Berger. Today we start with some tips for animals as we move into some very cold weather. Plus, more tips on how to winterize your home, including what to do if you have frozen pipes.
Oh yeah, don't want those. And lastly, we take a look at the Peoria International Airport's numbers for 2025. But our first big local story of the day as temps start to drop into extremes. We're looking at ways to keep your animals safe.
And that brings us right to WMBD's Jack Bazikas, who joins us now. He spoke with experts about what animal lovers need to know. So Jack, what can pet owners do to keep their animals warm?
Yeah, this next few days are gonna be bad. It's gonna feel like it's like -15 to like -20. So, you know, for those pets that have to go outside to go do their business, it's gonna be cold for them. So I spoke with Addison Domains. He's a veterinarian at the Domains Animal Hospital today, and he was saying that as ironic as it sounds, if it's not good for you, it's probably not good for your dog, or
Right.
as simple as it sounds. You know, like if you go outside for 10 minutes, you're probably going to be cold. Don't let your dog go outside for 10 minutes. And it also depends on the breed. You know, Huskies, your larger dogs, can usually stay out a little bit longer than your Chihuahuas or your Bulldogs that are you know, smaller in mass.
They
and
like
also,
the tropics more.
Yeah, and also, I mean, just think about how, like the fur of a Chihuahua. It's really thin. The way
I
he
have a
just
fat chihuahua. He's pretty much good.
yeah.
He's like turned into a seal.
The way that Dr. Domains was describing it is like that thin layer of fur on those types of dogs. It's like going out in like a long sleeve shirt and pants. Like you don't have much coverage. So, you know, don't keep them out for too long. If they have boots, put some boots on them. Like sometimes dogs don't like it. If your dog is one of those that can, you know,
Especially with the salt as well on the ground.
Yes, the salt on the ground.
That's a big one. Yeah, for
freezing
the paws.
the paws. Make sure you clean them off after they come inside and dry them for them. So, just basically, if you wouldn't do it for yourself, don't let your dog do it.
So now we talked about pets. Let's go over to the zoos. How do they take care of their animals during this extreme weather? Because I'm sure the giraffes don't like it.
Yeah, giraffes don't like it, but the tiger is loving it.
Really?
Yes. So here's some animals. I think we have some splice between pets and zoo animals.
Oh, wait for the Frenchie.
Oh my God,
There he
that's
is.
so cute.
But yeah, so for the zoo, they also prep like a week in advance. They have like doors open in their enclosures, so they can basically decide if they want to go out in the cold or stay in the warm.
You just put
That way. But yeah, they were saying their Amur tiger that they have is loving it right now.
Wow,
She can be
okay.
out until
How's
it's
that
0
pronounced?
degrees. Amur, I believe.
Amur?
It used to be Siberian tigers, but now they're not native to Siberia anymore. So they're
They've
called
changed the
Amur.
name. But it's the biggest.
Migrated.
It's the biggest
It's
tiger.
the big. It's the big
boy.
tiger. It's the big boy.
It's the big
yeah.
tiger.
Yeah. So
How interesting.
Yeah.
So
It's-
they're
And there's a couple of them. I know there's a giant snake that's indoors, so a
Yeah.
lot of them are already indoors.
yeah.
but,
The
you know.
zebras are out and about.
Yeah.
The tigers are out and about, and they even have like he was saying that the lion enclosure has a warming rock, so they
Ooh,
make
okay.
it
That rocks.
warm. So if they want, they can hop on there and get warm.
Dude, that's what I need in my house. Just
Yeah,
this
right.
massive warming rock.
Right.
That's
Just
funny. That's a
massive.
Christmas gift. Yeah. So Jack, what was your biggest takeaway speaking with the veterinary, speaking with the zoo official?
Yeah, basically, like I said, if it's not safe for you, it's not safe for your animals. You don't want to just leave your dog out for half an hour like you would in the summer sometimes. Like I've left my dog out before for half an hour in the summer and she's just running around having a good time. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that now. Keep them warm, keep them safe. Watch their behavior closely. If they're panting, if they're having a hard time getting up, just watch out for that and make sure they're warm.
You want to give your doggie a shout out? What's your doggie's name?
My dog's
Yeah.
name is Charlie. She's a black labradoodle. And yeah, she's 6 or 7 years old. 6 or 7.
Oh my God.
Yes, all
6 or
right.
7 years old. And,
Let's go.
Yeah, she's great. She's a big ball of energy. That's what she is.
I love doing the 6'7" and cameras just like,
Yeah, I'm like.
I know
really?
you do. You love the 6'7".
Anyway, Unk, with our movie expert here, we wanted to talk about Oscar nominations that were actually just announced. So Ryan Coogler, or Cougs, his vampire thriller Sinners, earned the most ever Academy Award nominations with 16, including Best Director, Best Picture. It faces stiff competition, though, from Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another and the period drama Hamnet.
Okay, but they also missed out the most important thing, animated film K-pop Demon Hunters.
Of course.
Here's the
They're
thing,
going
though.
to sweep.
It's the most. I mean, this is the most like unanimous decision category for K-pop Demon Hunters. This is one of those things.
Yeah.
Elio, I think, was the best animated feature of the year, but K-pop Demon Hunters has been sweeping each award show.
Yeah, but it's
I
also,
watched 'em.
that was like, they didn't even give that a theater release. They thought it was going to flop, and then it just...
I just watched K-pop Demon Hunters because I was like, I got to see what the hype is about. It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
It's really well written.
It's very well
flows
written.
really
the
well.
music is really good. But in terms of Sinners, I absolutely love Sinners. I haven't seen Hamnet.
I haven't yet either.
I've heard good things. I saw One Battle After Another, but Sinners was my favorite movie of the year.
Same here.
Wow,
It was
okay.
incredible. I truly hope it deserves to win.
It should win
a lot of those awards.
almost all of them. Yeah. Almost all of them.
It was incredible.
All right, when we come back on Beyond the Headlines, we're continuing our team coverage on tomorrow's cold temperatures. We got Austin Feeman talking about what to do if your pipes freeze when we come back.
Welcome back. Another local story of the day. Continuing the coming cold temperature, making sure your pipes stay warm is another important thing to think of. Taylor.
Exactly. WMBD's Austin Feeman joins us now to tell us everything you need to know about your water pipes and those freezing temps. So, Austin, thanks for coming on. What are those steps you can take to prevent freezing pipes?
Yeah, thank you, Cameron. Thank you, Alex. So really the first thing that you want to think of when these cold temperatures are coming and you're worried about your pipes is making sure that your furnace is working, of all things. You want to make sure that that is working and that you have a fresh filter in there. And really, you should have done this in the fall, before the winter even came, before we got that first freeze. That's pretty standard for a lot of people to make sure that their furnace is working, turning it on a few weeks before winter just to air it out and making sure that it will heat your home properly. So making sure that your furnace is circulating air throughout the entire house is very important, because that air is going to warm the pipes as well, because you have pipes inside of your house and you have pipes outside of your house. So making sure your furnace is on is going to make sure those inside pipes are all warm. You can even open the cabinets that have the pipes underneath them, or inside of them, like underneath your bathroom sink or your kitchen sink. You can open those cabinets, making sure that that warm air is circulating through those pipes. And then you also want to make sure all of your outdoor pipes are insulated. A lot of people have water pipes under the house in their crawl space. Manufactured homes have them under the house as well. So you want to make sure that those pipes are insulated with some sort of insulation, heat tape, something that is going to keep them warm and prevent them from freezing. And this goes for the same thing in your garage. Most people's garages are not heated with the furnace. They're just a extension from the outside with a garage door on it. So making sure you keep that door closed and making sure all those pipes in there are also insulated, and that's going to keep your pipes from freezing this winter.
Yeah, awesome. Good advice. Also, I should ask, is it okay to leave your faucet dripping during this cold weather?
Yeah, so, and I know this is a big thing that a lot of people say, oh, just let your faucet drip and your pipes will be all fine, all good. This is true. You want to make sure that if your faucet has two handles on it, or I'm not sure the correct term for it, but it has two little handles on it that control the hot water and the cold water, you want to make sure you have both of them on drip. So barely on, making sure that they're both on at the same time and dripping, coming into the same faucet and dripping. And that way both the hot water and the cold water lines will not freeze, and then that will keep all of the faucet from freezing as well. So yes, making your faucets drip is definitely a way to prevent freezing. The movement in the pipes will help the water not freeze, because if the water is sitting too long, that's when it starts to freeze. So keeping those pipes dripping is definitely a way to
So what do you
keep
do
those,
if a
those
pipe
pipes from
bursts
freezing.
then?
Yeah, so if a pipe bursts, really before this even happens, you want to check before the winter comes, just like I was talking about with the furnace earlier. You want to know where your water valve is, your main water valve that turns off all of the water in the house. You want to know where that is, and you want to make sure that it works. Something that happens sometimes is that water valve could get rusty or just not have been used for a while and get stuck, and it won't turn the water off. You want to make sure that water valve works, because if a pipe bursts, you want to immediately turn that water off as soon as possible to prevent flooding in your basement, under your house, inside of your house. You just want to make sure that is off, and then make sure you call a plumbing company, and they will get out there right away to fix the problem as soon as possible. You know, you want to act fast with this, because water can do a lot of damage in a very short amount of time.
Thank you so much, Austin. I know it's quite a task to make sure that your pipes don't freeze, but I'm glad you put the info to make sure we don't suffer.
Thank you, Austin.
But now it's no secret it's brutally cold outside, and it's only going to get worse, but apparently this Arctic blast isn't a problem for people in Siberia. Look at this paddleboarding. But not just paddleboarding in very cold Siberia. The temperatures were a frigid minus 40 degrees.
Wow.
The paddleboarders made their way along one of the tributaries of the OOB River, which doesn't freeze even during severe wintry conditions. The water temperature is around 32 degrees. It's pretty impressive.
They paddleboarded with their friend Sora.
Yeah, like, I was honestly like, it's also like, I'm trying to think as well. I don't think there's anything like that in Australia. Like, Siberia is just a place that is so cold.
It looks like AI.
You think it does?
I think so. However, it's not. So congrats to that filmmaker.
Congrats to Siberia.
Yeah, congrats to the person filming that, because you did a great job.
Yeah, it looks so unreal that we think
in a good
it's
way.
AI.
In a good way. I mean, if they said you're going to be warm, you're going to be great.
Mm-hmm. Have you paddleboarded before?
I love paddleboarding.
Oh, really?
It's much easier to paddleboard on your knees, but you're not supposed to. So it just kind of destroys like the bridge of your foot.
Right.
But it is so fun.
I
love
have done it a couple
kayaking.
of times while in the ocean, but outside of that, not very much.
Yeah.
All right, we've got one more local story for you when we return on Beyond the Headlines.
That's right. I'll be in the hot seat right here. This time to go over Peoria's General Wayne A. Downing International Airport traveling numbers. Don't touch that dial.
Whoa! Welcome back. Another big local story of the day. It was a high-flying year for passengers in and out of General Wayne A. Downing Peoria International Airport, setting a record for travelers. Alex is now in the hot seat.
Hello.
What is the record and why is it significant?
So, you know, there's a lot of people flying in and out of the Peoria International Airport in 2025.
Which is over.
This is true. The consensus among a lot of airport officials was that the government shutdown was going to kind of hinder some of their flights. And it kind of did. It did, you know, take away some of their flights, some of their, you know, a lot of their plane seats. However, they were still able to get a total of just more than 812,000 people in and out of their airport all year.
Wow.
Which, that is a lot. When, you know, I talked to Gene Olson, who's the director of a couple Peoria airports, including PIA. He said that when he took over in 2009, that they had only seen 400-some thousand. And so that's now twice the amount
it's grown
that they used
a lot.
to see. Yeah, and this is actually just over 18% more than 2024.
Wow.
So they just keep increasing.
Yeah, and I was able to fly out of it for the first time over Thanksgiving, and that one was a pretty easy flight.
He contributed.
I was one of those 800,000.
How about that?
Yeah.
Very own cameraman.
So what does this mean for the airport then? What do interpret the numbers? Break it down Gumby style.
As our Andy Kravitz
Yeah,
would
as
say.
Andy Kravitz would say.
This is a big deal for the airport, not just for revenue, for improving customer satisfaction, improving how many people go in and out of the airport. It also means that they could potentially look into adding more airlines. If they're able to get more people in, there's a higher demand. That could lead to airlines. Now that's not a set in stone thing right now, but that is something that could be on the horizon, depending on what airlines like Allegiant and American say or decide on in adding that, because that's what they go off of. They go off of what the airlines say. So if the airlines say, "Hey, we want to do this," they follow suit.
Right. Okay.
And so it's a big deal because more things could be heading.
Yeah, and maybe we could even get more flights. We've got the Denver one. I think we've got one to Orlando, right?
They did lose the Nashville one, so that was difficult. But this could mean they could potentially get more in the future. Who knows?
And very quickly, do you think officials believe that they can replicate these numbers again?
So Olson said it's going to be a tough task. It's no simple task to get more than 812,000 people through the airport in a year. But they're looking forward to this year. The big 2026 and getting people in and out just like they did last year. So they'll try.
I'll try. All right. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Of course.
And it's very interesting when you're flying around. You go into the car, and usually when you're driving back home, you want to eat something food. Sometimes you just hit some fast food while you're on the way.
Yeah.
Well, here's one that's got us scratching our head. The team at Portillo's posted something mysterious on their social media accounts last night. It's a series of images of different colors with no descriptions or captions. The only thing the post had was a date, January 27th, 2026.
Oh, wow.
Are they hyping some kind of announcement? If so, what could it be? Some were speculating these are the colors of different condiments you can find on hot dogs and burgers.
Blue?
Others are guessing some kind of rebrand. Maybe these are hints at new locations popping up across the country. I mean, there's the red,
Gumball,
then
and
there's
Darwin.
the brown bun, and then the blue is the moldy cheese on the
Blue
burger.
cheese.
Yeah, blue cheese.
What could this mean?
I'm very confused. This is a little abstract.
And red? I mean, they've got the Washington Commanders colors in there.
Okay, everything doesn't have to be football.
It's not, but that's what my mind thinks of when I see like burgundy and yellow.
And then
Or East
Ron
Peoria.
Burgundy. They're going to San Diego. There we go. We figured out the puzzle.
That's what it is.
It's obviously
We solved
it
it.
would have. How did they not figure this out?
What's your go-to? at
How does it require two silly guys like us to figure out this puzzle?
What's your go-to at Portillo's?
I usually get the burger.
I'm also a burger guy.
I know that's meant to be like a sin, but
They got great burgers.
All right, well, thanks for joining us for today's Beyond the Headlines.
And you can find all these stories and more over on our website, ciproud.com.
Oh, yeah, you can.
For breaking news and weather updates 24/7, log on to ciproud.com and download the free CI Proud to Go mobile app.